for a start.
And we live.
Hold up, man. This, like I said, the seating
Wasn't
arrangement
there some
feel
music
close.
playing before? Probably not, huh?
Yeah, it was.
No, we didn't have music.
It did.
I know you're supposed to write me some lyrics so I can spit some bars for like 44 seconds. You know what I mean?
I got you. I'm gonna write some.
Yeah, you gotta write me so I can do an opening, nigga.
I'm gonna write some
You know what I
bars.
mean?
We'll get an intro and all that stuff.
You gotta write me something about Christmas, nigga.
No,
You got good feelings about Christmas?
I don't. Well, I do now. With having
Okay.
kids, it's changed my mindset on Christmas.
Okay. Oh,
I
yeah,
understand.
yeah.
Ooh, and I
My
got
bad.
okay. Yeah, no, we're gonna
Yeah.
talk about it. We're gonna talk about it.
Nigga already.
I just had a flashback.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh.
The purpose, the intent behind
Mm.
this nigga putting in earpieces for me.
That nigga getting sound check from
Can't
the.
steer, bro.
That
Don't worry
nigga,
about
nigga got the sound check.
You worry about
He
the
just
wrong
want to
shit.
have earbuds
tuck
in his ears
Bro,
just
you
cause.
talking about the wrong
Bro,
shit.
you gotta tuck and join it, man. You can't let the people know you got sound check from the key grip. You know what I mean?
Oh, really?
Yeah, niggas is calling shit in your ear and all.
All right.
Yo, what's going on, everybody?
Right.
Welcome to the Who You Talking To show. I'm your host, Eric Montanez.
Nigga change his name every fucking week.
You know what I mean? OleHead
Senior.
Salute to OleHead Senior.
Appreciate
Make
it.
sure I get it right.
The guy.
Yeah.
The one everybody came to
Yeah. Oh, yeah. T-Rell, OleHead Rell. The one everybody came to see. According to the algorithm, they love this guy. You know what
No,
I mean?
they actually love you according
Do
to
they?
the algorithm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's because you light skinned though. I think that's what
I
it
had
is.
to take off the green shirt because
Oh.
nobody talking about me.
I ain't talking about you. I had to take on this shit. We ain't listening to no workers.
Yeah, I know it.
Hey, you know something, fellas, before we get started, right? I was dealing with the thing, right? So I was talking about me not liking Christmas. Right? Me not liking Christmas. And before we jump into like the actual topic for the day, I just want to get this off real quick. Clip. I had a clip loaded.
I see.
And so something happened. I was able to witness a birthday, right? Of a, let's say, a teenage birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And I was able to see how much stress it put on the teenager's mom. Right? And it was crazy. It was, you mean, as an adult man now, I could see how much actual stress we put on our, as kids, how much stress we put on our parents before these days and these things. We don't necessarily think about how much it stresses them out. You know what I mean? Trying to make you happy.
You mean like for like Christmas, birthdays?
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly. And so it really goes into like a quick little story about like why I hated Christmas growing up. You know what I mean? It was I don't remember how old I was, but I'll never forget this day, right? It was Christmas. I had been asking my mama for a scooter, right? It was around the time the Razor scooters were big.
Razor joint.
Yeah, but I didn't want a Razor joint. It was a dude in the neighborhood. He had some, it was a big joint. It was almost like it had brakes on it and everything.
Oh, that's a
it was
GT.
like
That's a GT scooter.
okay, whatever it
Yeah.
was. I wanted one really bad.
Mm-hmm.
After I had seen it, I wanted it really bad. And I had, before Christmas came, like the day before, I remember my brother sitting down talking to me about being grateful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, be grateful for what you get. You know what I mean? That was like a conversation that happened real quick. And on Christmas Day, I opened up this scooter. It was like a knockoff Razor scooter, which wasn't what I asked for.
Okay.
And because they had told me about trying to be grateful, because they had told me that, I thought I was putting on the face. Like I literally like acted like I was super surprised to get the John and was super appreciative of the John because of the conversation that we had. And after I act like that, I thought my mom had left I didn't think she knew that she had left. I thought that she not left the house. She had went back into her room. Yeah. And so I went on to ask him, like, did I do a good job of faking it?
Oh shit.
You mean this
you
is
asked your brother this?
Yeah, my brother. And it was I can't remember. My mom was dating someone at the time, and that person was there. And I asked him, did I act grateful enough?
Damn, nigga.
And next thing I know, my mom
cold.
runs to the back. She's in the hall. I didn't know that she could hear me.
How old were you?
I had to been, it was like super young. It was elementary school years.
Yeah.
And Mom Dukes bailed to the back. I heard her running down the hallway. And then I hear her crying. And it was like, it shattered me. I'll never forget it. Because she could hear me being or faking that I was grateful about the thing that she had gotten.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Sent her all the way back, and she's crying now. And I'm in there trying to, you know what I mean? I run, you know what I mean? Now that I acknowledge the fact that you can hear me. I didn't know I didn't know you were there. You know what I mean? And so she was crying. And I went back to hug her and tell her I was appreciative and try to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Try to make her feel better about the thing. And that shit broke me down. Like I literally from that year forward, I never cared for Christmas. I never cared for Christmas because of what I did to my mom on Christmas.
I ain't never heard that story before.
Yeah, and I know she was doing her best. We was in the hood, like one way in, one way out, like Ravenwood Hills. If you go there right now, like nigga, like it was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She was doing everything she could to, like, you talking about 3 kids, single mom. You know what I mean? As an adult, I can actually see this and understand this better.
Yeah. Now,
but as a child, it was like, damn, you know what I mean?
And you know what? I'm gonna be honest about that time with that. Y'all never gave me a Christmas list, and she never gave me one either. And it wasn't your responsibility. Nor was it hers. I'm not saying it was hers, but I should have been more involved in you all's lives at that time, because I could have did more for you. You know what I'm saying? But no, I guess it has a lot to do with the way I was brought up. You know what I'm saying? You know, I ain't trying to make this about me. But at the same time, it just makes me think about when you grow up as a child, the things that happen or don't happen in your life, it rears its head in your life in your later years.
100%.
Like me growing up really not feeling like that I was important, you know, in the family. Like I watched the way my mom and my sisters were, you know, they had this relationship, and you know, it was 3 of us, 2 girls and me, and I was in the middle. And you know, I listened to people talk about, you know, how this was later on, but I listened to, like, my mom's girlfriends used to come to the house, and they was like, "Oh, you the only boy. I know you spoiled." And it used to floor me, because I'm the way I am because of the way I felt. Just like he said, after that, he never enjoyed Christmas again. I'm the way I am because of the way I felt then. You know, so those things rear their ugly heads in your life, and it takes something big to change the way you feel about things, even as an adult. Because, you know, people think just because we're adults, we're supposed to have it figured out. But that's bullshit.
100%.
Because you have to get over your traumas too. You know what I'm saying? And usually within that situation, you trying to figure out if you can understand that you even have a trauma. You know what I'm saying? You have to figure out how to deal with that and raise children at the same time. And then some of us take that and we kind of like overachieve or try to overachieve for our children for what we felt like that we missed out when we were children.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But me, because I kind of more lean toward my dad because of what I felt at home, my way of doing that was I was an overachiever as far as learning how to do the job that my dad gave me to do, which I worked for my father. So we did roofing. That's what my father did. So I learned everything about the job and I got very good at it. But the traumas in my life growing up that I have, I didn't deal with them until I got older, much older, you know, like in my years of today. You know, still trying to right some of the wrongs that I felt. You know what I'm saying? And doing that, you have to accept. And then you have people to say, oh, well, this happened, that happened, this happened, that happened. Okay, but that doesn't change the way I felt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's you on the outside looking in, telling me what happened, but you can't tell me from the inside looking out
How you felt.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so even with my son today, you know what I'm saying? I'm nowhere near perfect.
That's a fact.
I'm nowhere near.
Just bullshit.
I'm nowhere near perfect. And then I accept it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But my son will tell you, I used to be one of the people that say, I know I'm not a great person, but I'm who I am. And you're gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah, deal with it.
That was my shit. He'll tell you.
No, that's true.
I'm who I am, and you're gonna have to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? And I was one of the type of people that instead of dealing with my feelings and trying to be a better person, I just threw money at the shit. That's what I did. I think he'll tell you. I just threw money at the shit. You want something, boom.
Hey,
okay?
and now we going into the meat and potatoes. We're going into the meat and potatoes. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. You know what I mean? That's you right there. You right there. Where we gonna be going for the night.
Got your tip right on it.
All right, don't be this man always want to be gay. Hey, that's how you know he got that Caucasus Mountain in his blood.
Caucasus Mountain.
Yeah, the white boys love to be gay.
They love the big jokes.
They love gay.
They love the dick jokes.
Yeah, I remember when I was in the military. Big jokes. Nah, I'm cool.
You go ahead and sit out on that. So you don't believe in Santa Claus?
This nigga here, boy. Hey.
Go ahead.
Again, so this conversation, I think that we're gonna have a great conversation. I can feel the vibe that we on right now, and
I feel it too.
I want to make sure that this man is.
No, I'm just saying.
But I think that what we aim to do is what, Quette?
Oh, you gonna put it on me? Oh, I can say something now. We aim to make your life better. One relationship at a time. You know what I'm saying?
You got that?
Yeah, got that. Yeah, I'm good, man.
But yeah, so the conversation today, what we wanted to talk about, as a matter of fact, introduce what is the topic?
Well, I mean, our topic, you know what I'm saying, but that's good. We're gonna wrap this in together. Is about our relationship with our parents and how it showed us how to love, shaped how we love people, not just in marriages or non-marriages or whatever, but like even with your children, you know what I mean? Children, friends, all those things. So you started off with an excellent story. And even before I tap into what, you were talking about, I was sitting here thinking, I said, man, like that whole moment, like when you going back and talking to mom and like you realize like nigga done fucked up. Right.
Yeah.
And do you think that that's why maybe in life sometimes it's hard to find, but in life we all have like these eye-opening, defining moments, and sometimes we don't see it at the time, but like you said earlier, it's shaped on how I am today. From what I know of you, being one of your like newer friends, you know what I'm saying, in life, you seem to be one of those people that are very apt to wanting to know how certain things make other people feel.
100%.
And I would just listening to that story for the first time, it makes me think like, oh, well, shit, that's some of that may be why, you know what I mean? Like as a kid, like he's seen that, oh shit, I tried to say, this and that, and it went horribly wrong. I've seen the result of it. So now I'm way more conscious of the things that I say to the people that I love. And you realize that, it wasn't really about you. It wasn't about the whole scooter thing. It was about the effort that mom put forward, which as kids, we don't understand that. We don't see none of that shit. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm sure there's a lot of kids out there that share with those same type of stories where they wanted a certain thing, but you came through with a version of, you know what I'm saying?
You tried to do the thing.
You tried to do it. And as kids, like, we don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, we wanted that. You know what I mean? But I think that has a lot to do with why you asked the shit that you asked today.
No, it's quite
You know
possible.
what I mean?
Hey, that reminds me of them Tim's over here asked for, and I got them.
Got him some of them rock.
Hey, my nigga. Hey, hey, look. No BS. So, and see, at the end of the day, and I have another point. I think that to tell parents, I have something that I believe will help us and help our children understand. But this nigga OleHead, I asked him for some Tim. I'm like, yeah, I need to get some wheats.
Go ahead and put them out there.
I need some wheats. You know what I mean? I need some wheats, bro. Like, cause like, and during this time, you know what I mean? Hell, Mom Duke's doing the best she can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Tim's is $100.
Nigga, what? No, the Tim, I think they was still about 140, 150 at the time. There's no way I'm asking Mom Dukes for no Tims.
No.
But OleHead, you know what I mean? I'm thinking like I can get this off.
You done seen what happened with the scooter.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I ain't gonna put this type of weight on you again, Mom.
Right.
I'm going to Dad this time.
And so
what did Dad do?
My nigga OleHead, the doggone, he talked me into getting these Colorados. My thing is that I wasn't going to debate you. I already said what I wanted.
Yeah.
But now you in Foot Locker. Now we in Foot Locker Freedom Mall, John.
Yeah.
You don't know nothing about Freedom Mall. This is before your time here in the city.
Close.
But yeah, we in Freedom Mall. OleHead goes, he's like, but what about these though? They look just like them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Same color,
everything. They definitely was weak.
They was weak.
They was weak. And all it myself, like what you'll find is like I was a middle child.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't know, there's something that's different about a middle child where it's like you don't necessarily feel that your voice is important. I don't think that, at least my experience, and then listening to OleHead, I never thought about the fact that you were a middle child until you just brought it up a second ago. And I think that there's a thing about being a middle child that like makes you just feel less important. Feel like your opinion's not important. You just kind of go with whatever the fuck's going on around you, and you just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just, I learned like to me, even me going to the military and like the different things that I do, like going from banking to driving a truck and like do these like polar opposites that I'll do. I think that it's like I have a coping mechanism that is just like really, really, you know what I mean? I feel like my whole thing is I feel like I'm an iguana. I can camouflage into whatever it is I need to fit in, and I can make this thing work for me. You know what I mean? And that's just how I feel. Like I can just jump into a space, and it doesn't necessarily fit what I'm. You know what I mean? But I can make it fit me, and that's what I've always kind of done. And before we get too far, I wanted to say like this is something that I wanted to do with my kids. So you know, I got a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. And this goes back to the point that I was making about Christmas or about the birthday thing that I saw earlier this week. And it made me feel for the parent, because the child's expectations is this thing. And I could see the stress on the parent because I'm trying to deliver the thing, but it may not be exactly what you want. You know what I mean? But whatever it is, I'm gonna try my best. And one thing that I want to do with my kids, well, I'm going to do this with my children, is yeah, you know, my son's autistic, so maybe we'll figure it out in a different way. But I want to break down like my finances with him so that you understand why it is that you can't get the thing. You know what I mean? If you can't get the thing, you understand why it is that you can't get it, and it's based on this balance sheet right here. Yeah. So that you're in the loop. You're in the loop of what's going on, what's coming in, what's going out. Not only does it help you to it helps you to understand how money moves and how paying bills and all this stuff works. But then it also helps your expectations. You don't feel like, oh, you just got let down. No, it's because we're not capable of delivering the thing. Maybe you can get the thing down the line, but right now we aren't capable because of this. Because you can see, okay, the mortgage got paid, the light bill, the gas. I got gas heat in 2025 with gas heat. $400 a month. You know what I mean? In the wintertime, and then we got Christmas. We want to be in the corner talking about Santa Claus. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I want to sit down and help them to like understand the whys behind the thing. Because I think that it's just very important. You know what I mean? Like I said, it gives you life skills moving forward.
Can I ask what
Hey Marquette.
Yeah.
Before you go into that, 2 things. One, that will give the child the understanding of it's not because you're not important. It's not because I don't love you enough.
Right.
It's because I can't afford to do this at this time.
Right.
That's one point. The other point, you started a conversation and you didn't bring it full circle so people could understand. We was talking about the wheats, and the reason you didn't get the wheats is because, like me, we middle children, and we don't feel as important as the baby or the oldest.
Right.
We just in the middle.
Yeah.
The baby gets to be the baby.
Yeah.
The oldest one is the more responsible one, and they get a different set of things that they have to deal with. But you being in the middle, you ain't the oldest or the youngest, and you feel like that you just got to go with whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So in that situation with the wheats, all he had to do was say, no, I don't want them. I want these. And I would have got him, and he know that. But because we are middle children and we don't feel that important, or we just feel like that we're less than, so we in the background.
Yeah.
We don't feel, like he said, I don't feel that what I think or my opinion really matters. I grew up the same way, so I understand how he feels. But at the time, I didn't recognize that, because if I'd have realized that he feels the same way that I felt growing up, because he's in the same position that I was in, I would have never offered him the Colorados.
Yeah.
I would have just got the wheat.
Hey, you could, bro. Them niggas pulled up my goddamn
They seen the mountains on the side.
What? It was no. It wasn't even a mountain. I think the Colorado was like it was a different tree. It was like a fucking it was like a it was like a, what do you call it? Pine
tree. Yeah, a pine tree.
I thought they had
like a pine tree.
Wait a minute, those is Rockport, ain't they? Had a mountain joint.
I know the mountain joints. I don't remember exactly what they call it.
That was Rockports.
Yeah.
Brother got slid some Rockports once.
I just
equivalent to
I didn't mean to interrupt nobody or whatever, but like I said, you know, he's done that a couple of times, and you know what I'm saying, and we help each other out on the show. So I just wanted to make sure that we got back to the point, so that the people that's listening that don't know the story.
He wanted to make sure that he got up on it. You mean he wanted to clear his name. He wanted to clear his name. But you had a question before you started talking.
If you would have asked him, you know,
it's my fault.
Yeah. But maybe he didn't want to stand firm on it because of what happened on Christmas, and felt like, you know, maybe Dad only can get these.
It's possible. And it's funny if you look at the comment. Unc say,
what Unc say? What's up, Unc?
Say, Rell, you was very unappreciative child if you did that to your mom. Unless you were under the age of 12, you was a real messed up individual. I'm glad that you grown on to be the man that you are today.
I'll say it for you.
I was under 12 for
sure. That nigga
I was under 12. It was like
15.
elementary school. You know what I mean? It was elementary school days.
Yeah.
And like I say, at the end of the day, I wear that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wear that. But what I will say now is, and then we can get further into the actual topic after, you know what I mean? What I will say now is that I do understand now, because like before I was like, bro, with the kids, we not celebrating no Christmas. We're not celebrating none of that shit, because you know, this was something that really, like, this was a thing in my life that I'll never forget. And so I'll like literally, I was talking cash shit. I would have tell you, we not celebrating Christmas. We're not doing all of that type of shit. You know what I mean? And it was because of that. But then I do understand now why parents try their best and go above and beyond to give them their children what it is that they want. I remember my mom, bro, like literally fucking Rent-A-Center. Mom Dukes, and like she would go all out, going to Rent-A-Center and buying this shit that she could not afford and paying. My mom paid $1,000 for a VCR.
Yeah, man.
A VCR from fucking Rent-A-Center
was getting them motherfuckers back
$1,000, bro.
They got me too.
And my mom, bro, she was doing her best. Like she was literally going into debt for holidays. You mean for Christmas, Mom Dukes would go into debt for that. And it's like crazy, like to think of how unappreciative I was. You know what I mean? And it really disgusts me to think that was my character at a point in time. But what I will say is, like, I understand now, and like with my kids, they're still young, like I said, 3 and 5, so they don't necessarily want these outrageous things. You know what I mean? But bro, I'm gonna do my best. Like, I pay attention to them.
Mhm.
I'm gonna get them what the frick. You know what I mean? It's not even about what they saying they want, because she gonna say she want a whole bunch of shit. My son, he doesn't really speak much, but I pay attention to them enough to where I know what a good gift would be for them. You know what I mean? And it's not about the cost of the thing. It's about the fact that I want you to have this thing, and you know what I mean? That's important to me. And so, like, I've come into a different place, like coming from the kid, you know what I mean, that was doing it. Is like, I'm not gonna do Christmas. And then it's like, damn, I understand why parents try their best, and I think that it will help us and it will help the kids if we're just more transparent with them, so that they have an understanding. And it'll just like it definitely, in my opinion, these I'm not saying that there's a right answer. It's just like, you know what I mean, something that I come up with.
You gotta feel it out, which is something that I wanted to ask you when you brought that up. Is what age do you then start to reveal this to them? Because I understand what you mean about it can make them be more appreciative of, you know, like what mom and dad is trying to do, and I understand that part about it. At the same time, I guess it makes me think of, okay, how does that kid rationalize that adult world like that?
Right.
You know, like you got to do it incrementally, like you got to spoon feed it, I would think, throughout the year, not just on Christmas or a birthday.
Yeah, it's not about the holiday.
In regards
it's
to
teaching.
Well, I mean, like just in regards to the responsibility of, you know, teaching about the finances, and how early do you start to institute that into children?
Right. And this is just my opinion. What I believe is that
The earlier
you
the
know when it makes sense. The earlier the better. And you can tell when your child is having, you mean they have the ability to understand certain concepts.
Yeah.
And so you do it when it makes sense for you and the child. Well, just make sure you do it.
Yeah.
In my opinion, like I say, this ain't no correct answer. I'm not. This is still something that's I'm awaiting implementing. You know what I mean? But I believe that this is what I want to do. You know what I mean? So that they have an understanding of what's going on around them.
And if you start too late, then society will be done taught them a different
way.
You know what I'm saying? So you do have to try to, like you say, pay close attention and understand when your child is old enough to receive the information. You know what I'm saying? Or mature enough to receive the information. So yeah, that do make sense. And I'm thankful that you have that type of mindset when it comes to the kids and whatever. Because I'm not, I ain't looking for no pity party or nothing like that. But I know I was shit. You know what I'm saying? Because of the simple fact that, I didn't learn no better. Just to be honest, I didn't learn no better. You know what I mean? I'm a product of my environment. I didn't learn no better. There was no adults in my life that was trying to teach me like rules of the road, let's just say. There was nobody there that, I didn't have an uncle that took me under his wing. My dad, the only relationship that we had was involved in women and working. That was it. You know what I'm saying? And I clinged to it. And I guess I clinged so hard because my mama and I didn't have a relationship at all, really. Because it was always, you got your daddy. But my daddy was on a different type time. And just because I got my dad don't mean you as a mother don't supposed to do your part. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how to say that then, but I felt it. Just because she used to tell me, you got your dad. Okay, so you don't have to be my mama because I got a dad, to go to. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know how to say that, and I don't even know if I knew what I was feeling at the time when I was.
Well, you ain't supposed to,
because
you're too young for that.
Yeah. Because all I know is she felt like you got your dad. You know what I'm saying? But then there was other things that put a wrench in that, like I had cousins and stepbrothers because my dad had another wife.
But hold on, before you go there, can let me ask a question. Now that you're grown, do you feel like, do you remember, or like, how old were you when, so you're, like you said, you're your father, he ended up remarrying.
Mm-hmm.
So how long was that like into your life where mom and dad like dad went that way and it was you left with mom and the sister?
That's a good
That
question. I
was
don't know the answer.
really young.
Like really young,
I
like
was
what,
really
5,
young.
6, 7?
Probably like 5, 6 when they separated.
5, 6.
Mhm.
So
And so when I was like probably about 8, 9, my dad got with the woman that he married.
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
What about mom? Did mom ever
didn't remarry.
remarry?
Mom didn't
Boyfriend,
remarry.
anything?
Oh yeah, she
Another
had
life?
boyfriends.
You
Yeah,
know,
she had boyfriends, but none of them.
did she ever settle down with somebody for like a long term?
No
or
live-in stepdaddy, none of that kind of
Okay.
stuff. You know, my mom. To be honest, my mom. She had, I guess I mean, I guess she did. I didn't keep up with her personal life like that because usually my mom, she didn't really, unless she was felt kind of serious, which I understand. I never meet the guys. You know what I'm saying? But the ones that she dealt with and they usually had another situation.
Your sisters, because you said you're in the middle.
Yeah.
So
We
all
all
three.
got the same mom, same dad.
Oh, okay. So
all
all
got the
same,
same
and then
mom.
that's the only kids
And
that
that's the
she
only
had. She
kids
ain't had no
had.
more.
That's right. That's how I'm the middle child.
Do you feel now looking back at all of that, like especially when it comes to certain like love in a family and things such that, and things that you clearly stated that I didn't get to experience, those type of things. Do you think that mom held, like, do you think that you paid for your father's sins growing up inside the house? With you being the son there, like you're his representation, and when she makes a remark like that, well, you have your father.
Yeah, and then I look, I'm like OleHead. I looked so much like my father. You know what I'm saying? So I can't tell you because I was a child. I was young. I can't tell you if there was some, animosity there that where she looked at me, she thought about him, and
that
you know
pain.
what I'm saying? And that pain she went through or whatever. I can't say that because I wasn't old enough to understand.
Yeah.
That my dad died when I was 24, and I worked for my dad every summer, probably starting at about 15. I worked every summer after school, and then when I left school, I went work for my dad full time. And the only relationship really that me and my dad had, like I said, and it's just being honest. I don't like speaking what some people would call negative of my family.
Yeah.
But it's just what life was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so the only relationship me and my dad had was working and his other women. You know what I'm saying? That was the only relationship we had. And then, like I say, my dad tried to bond with me on a different level. I can say I'm pretty sure that that's what he was doing. But then you had other people that was in my dad's life, like even like my cousins, the step kids, and they all for some reason seemed like that they was trying to separate us as much as they can. They used to lie and say I was telling stuff on him that I never told. And I never found out about this stuff until I was grown, that this stuff was going on. I didn't even know at the time that that's what it was.
Yeah.
But my dad pulled away from me, and I didn't know why he pulled away from me. And then I found out when I was grown and after he had passed that it was because people were saying I was doing stuff that I wasn't doing. They was doing it, and they was blaming it on me.
Can I ask, because you said it's not about speaking negative. We just talking what your truth is, what your truth is.
And that's what I'm saying.
And trust and believe the same truth you have, a lot of people have.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But don't ever take it as, well, just because a lot of other people have it, that it shouldn't hurt you too, because it hurts.
Oh yeah.
At the end of the day. You know what I mean? And it's just like now we're coming into a space where, and you and I kind of like close in a certain time period of, hey, well, ain't nobody asking you about that.
Yeah.
So then when you become an adult, you actually don't know how to ask the question. You don't know how to have the conversation, because on the flip side, in the way that you're speaking in, like, oh yeah, I'm telling my daughters this, tell my sons that, and I'm gonna, you know, regulate this with that, and you know what I mean. I'm gonna bring them in early and stuff. We had a certain luxury because the only ones that could tell you anything about the world was actually inside your fucking house. We didn't have that demographic of my kid being available to the whole world to make an opinion because of this device here. So you had to come up with your own shit.
And you know something too? What I found, and like at the end of the day, like I say, like me and OleHead, we cool now. You know what I mean? But I don't think that what I will say is I want to say shouts to the Black fathers out there that's doing what they're doing, because we're pretty much innovating and revolutionizing fucking fatherhood at this point. You know what I mean? I think that there was a lot less because of what y'all saw. There was no intention behind raising kids. You were just feeding them and clothing them, and then that was like you would take you pretty much, in my opinion, they were taking care of kids. They weren't raising kids. You know what I mean? And so like I think that is the clear
we came from a spot where it was like we raised ourselves.
At the same time, the thing about it is that I also say, like, in my upbringing, it wasn't an intentionality behind what the fuck's going on. You know what I mean? It was just like, okay, Mom Deuce got 3 kids. She's a single mother. So she's going to work and she's doing that. You know what I mean? Just that thing. She's did, like, there was no sit downs and conversations about like how to be this and how to and how much I care about this. And you know what I mean? Like, OleHead came to, I remember I played in the band. I was a drummer. I played the snare drum. OleHead came to one game. I played the snare drum. I played on the band for about about 2 years, 2 years in high school, 3 years in high school, and then went to college on a scholarship and 1 semester of college band. OleHead came to one game, and I remember that game. I'll never forget that. Mom Dukes never came to a game. You know what I mean? So like, there's not this thing where like, I'm not saying my mama didn't love me, and I know she did. She had a lot of responsibility. You got 3 kids, single mother, going to work. You know what I mean? Doing your thing, and you know she did. At the end of the day, my mom got 3 kids, 2 boys, 1 girl. You know what I mean? My brother's retired from the military. I went to the military. My sister's a chemist, got her master's degree in chemistry, doing well. So she did a good job, but there's not like this thing where it's like this intentionality. You know what I mean? It's almost like, damn, that we ended up being like that. Oh, that's crazy. You know what I mean? There wasn't like a sense of like an intention. I didn't feel any type of intentionality on pushing to a certain place and like the trajectory. I want you to go and be like this. You know what I mean? That was never a thing. And then like with OleHead shit, that was never a thing either. Like, nigga, come, maybe you go and get on a roof on this weekend and do some shit. Then maybe you don't see this nigga for, you know what I mean, months. And then fuck around and, you know what I mean, go another week. You know what I mean? That's just what the reality of it was. And I guess to go into more of what the topic of the you know what I mean, the actual topic for the night is like, how did your parents or your relationship with your parents kind of shape the way that you love? I think that like, even for me, like I'm still like learning to love better. You know what I mean? And I appreciate like my wife giving me the time to really try and figure, you know what I mean? We didn't have kids until we were we bought the house at 29. We had kids at 30. You know what I mean? I had my first child at 30 with my wife. And shit, I needed that time to try to figure out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then even still trying to figure it out, because there's not like in my mind, I was always trying to get out of the house when I was younger. I was always going to stay and spending the night with the homeboy. Like I was always trying to get out. And I don't know exactly what that thing, where the root cause of that is. But I will say, I believe it has something to do with the fact that I felt so unimportant. You know what I mean? I got a younger sister, an older brother. So my older brother, he's in charge of the TV until he ain't in charge of it. My little sister gets you know what I mean? So like, I'm just the in-between, you know what I mean? Fucking teetering and just, I like this because he likes this, or I like this because she likes this. But there was no individuality in my, you know what I mean? I didn't come into an individual until like going into the military and like, you know what I mean? We talking about like fucking at like 25, 26, 27, maybe, I started becoming into understanding like what it is that I like, and you know what I mean? Those types of things. And then like the way that I love, I think that it's a blend of both of them. I think that like OleHead is the one that's going to like throw some bread at it. You know what I mean? Whatever the problem is, a couple quarters, you throw the couple quarters over there, you can handle whatever that thing
get
is.
over it.
And then like on Mom Duke's side, I think that like it comes with like it's a little bit more care there. It's a little bit more care there. So like I do struggle with empathy on like being sick and like, you know, those type. I struggle with empathy a bit. So you feeling bad doesn't necessarily, you know what I mean? Because I've had to work through so much. You know what I mean? And so like I struggle with empathy in that regard. But Mom Duke's definitely like I'm a planner. So like, okay, so it's like a mixture. So like you're sick. Oh, my wife's sick. So I'm going to spend the money and get the thing. But on my mom's side, it's like, okay, so what is it that you actually need? You know what I mean? I'll do the research, figure out what's the best thing to get. And without you know what I mean? What's your symptoms? You know what I mean? So there is a bit of caregiver there. But then it's really kind of throwing money at the thing. And I don't really have the empathy to really like to feel sometimes. I'm more like straight line logical thinker, like, okay, so this is the problem, this is the fix. You mean the fix may take a couple of days, but just be patient, it'll go away. You know what I mean? I don't have that empathy to where it's like I can, you know what I mean, nurture. I'm not necessarily a super nurturer. And I think that comes from the way that I was necessarily loved growing up. You know what I mean? And it's something that I struggle with even now. I've been married for 15 years, and it's something that like I still can see that I need to do better at. You know what I mean? I think it's crazy because it's different with kids. With my kids, like shoot, I think about, you know what I mean? But with adults, I definitely, or just that's something that I can acknowledge that I have to do better with. And I think that it has a lot to do with my upbringing and the way that I show love based on the way that I was shown love.
As all of us.
That made me think about, you know, the way I felt when I was growing up. I didn't want y'all to feel that way. And I didn't want Jessica and Maurice to feel that way either. And just from what you were saying, it brought me back to a revelation just now as to maybe something that might have had something to do with it. My lack of being there. I tried so hard when they was babies to be a part of their life, and their mother wouldn't let me be a part of their life. You know, I went to court so many times and all of that. And I think when I threw my hands in, I threw my hands in on everything, not knowing that I was throwing my hands in on everything. Y'all was still young, very young, because all of y'all about, you know, step. You know what I'm saying? So after getting beat down by the courts and her and trying for so long, your mother even tried to help.
Yeah, I know.
And after that, I think it just, when I gave up, I gave up. And I gave up on everything. And I didn't realize that's what I was doing. But sitting here listening to you talk about how you felt and what was going on, it brought me back to that time. And it made me think about that could have been what happened. It could have been when I got beat down so bad on that situation and I said, I'm done with it. I just my mind, I just went somewhere else with it, and I just cut everything off.
And you know something that's also a crazy fact that goes along with what he was saying. My mama did tell me that the reason why I was even born was because of him going through crying and him crying about trying to get my older brother and sister, and she wouldn't let him get him. And so my mom had me specifically because she saw him going through those emotions and decided to give him a baby. You know what I mean? Which is very, very interesting. Like my mom told me that years ago. And me and my sister, it was crazy. He had a boy and a girl over there, and then my mom gives him a boy and a girl. You know what I mean? And hey, I didn't necessarily know where it was, but I could imagine. I think that a lot of men go through that too, where you check out once because of you trying and you didn't. You know what I mean that you ain't that's, and I think that for us, I don't know if women differ in this area, but I know that, like, for me, if you make me feel away, I'm trying to do my best to run away from you ever doing that again to me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, as far as like, I don't necessarily, like, I'm not a deadbeat dad, but I can imagine that, like, oh, you call him a deadbeat, but it's like the shit that he had to go through to even be a part. And like, once you get to a point, it's like, nigga, I'm not finna let you keep on stabbing me. That's right. I'm not finna let you keep cutting me. Every time I want to do something with my youngin that I love and I care about, this thing, I gotta keep getting stabbed every time.
Yeah, I got.
And so at some point, fuck it then.
Yeah. And
fuck it.
That's what happened. Yeah, your mom, yeah, she was there for that. She really was. She was there for that. And yeah, she watched me cry and go to court and beg and, you know, go through all of that and get treated like a pervert. Because that's how I felt. You go over there and you can't get your kids. You know what I'm saying? So to me, the only people that can't get their kids is people that molested them, or you know what I'm saying? So what make me so I'm worse than these people? I can't get my kids. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it beat me down. It did. And then I washed my hands of it. And I think within washing my hands of that, I just let go of everything. You know what I mean? And just start focusing on me. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and for that, I apologize to you and Jasmine because y'all didn't deserve that. But I think, you know, thinking back, because you brought me back to it, I think that that's what happened. That after I kept trying and trying and trying, and then when I washed my hands, I didn't let myself get to that point again. It's not like I washed my hands of y'all. In my mind, it's just I wouldn't let myself I wasn't gonna put myself in that vulnerable position again.
Didn't want to care so much because it allows you, it makes you vulnerable.
Exactly. I didn't want to put myself in that vulnerable position again. That's why it was just easy to, if your mom called me, shoot a couple quarters. Shoot a couple quarters, they go away. Shoot a couple quarters, they go away. And that's how I was, you know. And like I say, just until right now in this conversation, I didn't realize I did that. I knew that I cut, you know what I mean, but I didn't know to the magnitude of cutting that situation off, what it did. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
So okay, what do you think? Like if you were to say, you know, how your parents and your upbringing would have molded or you know what I mean, created like the way that you love.
Yeah.
Is there any like instance or like specific like scenarios that you can think of that would have say like, okay, when this happened, I remember you know what I mean? Or the way that I was treated this way. And so like I can see why I treat maybe my wife, maybe my kids, or maybe friendships. You know what I mean? What do you think?
Well, compared to listening to this right now, I'm like, man, I had it. I'm like, I'm here to tell you, hey,
y'all was fucked up.
Hey, let me tell you something, America. They love me. You know what I'm saying? They my parents did. Luckily, you know, I come from a family that had a 53-year marriage. You know what I'm saying? Like, now Pop, I'm not gonna put Pop out there, but Pop had a marriage before. You know what I mean? Mom had a marriage before, so they ain't meet on the first go around.
Yeah.
So I was I came around on the second go around. You know what I mean? After you done fucked up.
Yeah.
My parents were in their mid to late 30s when they had me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I'm 50 year. Pop 85. You know what I mean? So they had me a little bit thankful, you know what I'm saying, that they had me later, you know what I mean, after they done been through all that other bullshit, you know what I mean? They was already starting to get certain things figured out. Better credit scores.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I came around with, you know, not in the very beginning, but I learned later that, y'all got good credit scores. You know what I mean? I kind of wish you had them when I was a little younger. Y'all got good credit scores when I was a teenager and then moving out, because I left at 17. You know what I mean? Probably didn't have to. That was on my own accord. I don't blame them. But I think I'm very nurturing inside the crib because, nigga, I was nurtured in the crib. Hey,
Yeah. 2-parent household.
I had 2-parent household, and I actually grew up with 2 parents that actually loved each other.
No, that's a big one right
there. They weren't just together for the sake of, oh, we got these kids together. Like we're gonna, like there's a lot of families that had 2-parent households that they stayed together because of their circumstance. One couldn't leave without the other, and you know what I mean. And no, mine actually, I will say this because I know it to be true because now that my mother has passed, and I see the pain that my father goes through by losing his life partner.
And I understood what you were saying when you said what you just said. And that's, you was kind of hinting towards some stuff earlier, and it all came full circle when you just said what you said. So yeah, I can see it's a difference when you get raised by 2 people that love each other.
Yeah,
it's gotta be a difference.
It's different
because they happy. You know what I'm saying, with each other. So man, all they energy together goes into their seed because that's a part of them. Yeah, and they love each other. So yeah, man. I could just, I wish I knew what that felt.
Yeah. Something that's crazy, bro. Like I said, like, cause I was born single mother, you know what I mean? Something that I even see with my kids, like they love when me and my wife sit down and do a thing together, and then they'll just come and sit around us doing the thing together because like literally, like my wife will play duty. She plays zombies, right? She plays zombies. And like my kids love for us to play the game together. You know what I mean? We spend a lot of time doing our own shit, doing, you know what I mean? Like I'm outside the house working, trying to build, like, you know what I mean, podcasting, trying to build, you know what I mean, revenue on another side, trying to build. And there's not a lot of time that we can, you know what I mean, come together and like do the thing. But what I will tell you is like my kids thoroughly enjoy when we are sitting there doing our thing. And even like when I sit there and hug my wife, I see my daughter lights up. Yeah. She loves the fact that she can see me. She loves me loving her mom. And I never thought, like, because I've never seen this thing. Like I'm super freestyling. My wife comes from a 2-parent household. Her mother and father been together their whole lives. You know what I mean? I've never seen this thing. And so like I'm super freestyling. And just to see the impact that it has for your dad that you love and your mom that you love to love each other. Yeah. I believe that shit breeds a whole different thing.
It makes your kids different. I'll tell you that. Of course, I didn't know it at the time. You know what I mean? Because, I have an older sister, but there's a certain point in my life where she up and moved out. And so it was just me at the crib. You know what I mean? But even though like I was left alone a lot because my parents worked so damn much. Like I used to see my parents a lot in passing because dad was on one shift, mom was on the other. You know what I mean? But then too, I also was fortunate that my grandmother lived at my house. Like when my dad's father, my grandpa, when he passed, his thing to dad was, hey, take care of your mother. Yeah. So when he came, he had left young at 19, whatever. He moved to New York and all like that and was doing whatever he was doing up there. When he came back because his father was dying, he was like, yo, we got to get a house. We gotta bring mom with us. So
that's commonplace back in our day.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, some of you take care of mama or grandpa, whoever, whichever one. Which if someone passes, it's on the oldest responsibility or the most, you know what I mean? Or whoever the most mature is out of the goddamn kids. Take care of your mama. You know what I mean? Take care of your papa, whatever.
Going to a motherfucking home.
Yeah, well,
shipping his ass right off.
He say that he ain't gonna do that. He ain't gonna do that.
Shipping his ass off. They building building a lot of them in the city.
With my parents working like that, I got lucky because grandmama at home. You know what I mean? So I got to get raised with Big Mama.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just by the time I hit like teenage years, I really started to see, I was like, okay, this is mom and dad's love, and then their grandmama love is just like that's next level. because as a kid, it's like it was a thing to go to grandmama's house or whatever. But I got lucky, like grandma's at my house right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was like that shit was I wouldn't change shit. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
I would have liked more time, you know what I'm saying, with grandmama and mom and dad and stuff like that. I actually get on myself as a young man, like, dude, you didn't even know what you had and you fucked it all up. As a teenager, like just growing and then getting out into the world, like you had, why are you doing the shit you doing with 3 loving people at home?
Yeah, but that's because your prefrontal cortex ain't.
You know what I'm saying?
It ain't together yet.
Yeah, I mean, that may be true. And
no,
you know
that's
what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it may be a fact or whatever. Like, there ain't shit I can do about it now. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like, damn, dude, like you had really had people at home. Like you had a support system that was really there. And you turned your back on all of it and just went off and did whatever fuck shit you decided to do. You know what I mean? And then it was like, what? Did you do it just because you can? You know, and then once I started to realize that in me is like, okay, you got this love at home. You have this, you have that. Nigga, why are you so depressed? You got so many different people that I could say, well, your story is like a lot of childhood friends that I had that live like right across the street. And so is yours. You know what I mean? So you could see, like, if you tell your story, like we sit here listening to it as an adult, you're like, damn, that's fucked up. And you tell you, damn, that's fucked up. Well, you're like, well, nigga, you should be fucking smiling. Like, why you go do that?
We believe
you know what I mean?
Like, this 2-parent household thing
is
supposed to have this.
It's supposed to have this magic behind it.
Yeah.
And you know what? But I will say this, it does in a certain light, because I see the type of person I am with my family that I created today. Because that's where it comes back. Like we're randomly like my family was big on playing music inside the house. And I would watch, like, I may not see my mom and dad in passing almost all week long because we was raised in a different time period. Like there's some motherfucking spaghettis in there. Eat peanut butter and jelly sandwich, get that shit, and make sure you went to school. Yeah. And I might see you on Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And you was just off. You know what I mean? And plus, I grew up in a city, so it was like you walk outside your door, there's a whole thing going on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And your neighborhood raises you. You know, like you always say, product of environment. So, like, if your parents are going a lot, working a lot, not that they want to be, but they have to be because they maintaining a house, they maintaining grandmama. I don't know that her Medicaid isn't being, you know, and dad's paying for the insulin, and that's why he's doing all this overtime. And mom's now going from this to now going to nursing school, and she's actually going to school and going to work, and she's not eligible for financial aid. Yeah. My friends don't know none of this shit. Yeah. I don't know the stress that now with all that grown-up shit then puts on them when Christmas comes around. Right. And I want the GT scooter, which I also wanted, sir. That's why I knew what it was. Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't even know what the fuck it was. Oh, I know what it was. It had bigger tires. Big tires. Yeah. It was brakes. A big joint. That was made by GT. The same ones that made the GT bikes and the Mongooses. Okay. Yeah, that was GT scooter. Oh, yeah. That Razor shit, we weren't fucking with that. Yeah. Has little wheels and shit. No, we ain't messing with that. Yeah. But I didn't know what that would take for that to be in the living room on December 25th. As neither did you, or 100%. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I mean? But I could say this, it did make me, as I started to realize really quick, when I started to see how hard they were working, and that when they did have time, they made the time. Because they always would definitely talk to me. Could they come to all the games and all the practices? Hell no. Right. Hell no. There's a lot, you know, a lot of times growing up, you put your kid in sports because so you don't have the time. Right. And you want your kid to be a part of a team and be a part of this and be like, you don't want them just sitting at the crib or just
coming
sitting
up with all
outside.
kind of
Like,
crazy
so
stuff.
you put your kid in football, you put your kid in basketball and sports and stuff like that. Like the coach becomes a part of your life. You know what I mean? Other people's parents. And then you start wondering at the time, like, yo, well, how come that nigga mom don't work? My mom got to work.
Yeah. No,
He got a mom too. They got the two parents.
Yeah.
And then you start seeing differences there.
Nigga, I literally
Like, yo,
there.
she don't never work. She got time to bring cookies. She bring the Gatorade to the joint, the juice boxes, all this shit. His dad come through every now and then. Oh, his dad's rich. We didn't know that dad's working 80, 90, 100 hours a week.
Yeah.
So she don't have to. Like, we don't know none of them things, dog.
Yeah.
But even a two-parent kid is looking at like, oh, well, his mom always with him. You a sucker. My mom got to work. You know what I mean?
Bro,
and then you looking at it like, well, at least your mom there, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No BS, bro. You know
the things that kids do.
And I wrote about this in the record, Concealed. It was about it was a little snippet of a song where I was talking about like the fact that like my mom, one of my closest homies, like his mom was always at the crib. You know what I mean? She was always at the crib, and they had a nice crib, like nice house, 2-story brick joint. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we over here living fuck. You know what I mean? And the joint fucked up. But you know what I mean? His mom was on government assistance, getting all of the benefit joint. My mom ain't never. Well, she come in the house. By the time my mom was getting home, she pretty much was going in the back and chilling in her room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Trying to decompress.
Yeah.
And so like, and hold on, I don't want you to take it like my mom, she did a great job. Obviously, if you look at the fruits of her labor, like she did a great job. I don't mean to discount that, but what I'm just saying is that like, I don't necessarily believe that the intentionality was there, like the time and the thing to like, you know what I mean? Because I knew single moms that was like band parents. You know what I mean? The kids was on the bed, like, and they was at every single thing and did all of it. You know what I mean? The trips and all of that. That was the thing that they shaped their lives around was the kids.
Was they a part of a two-parent household?
No.
But so was they? How was they there like that? But you don't know.
You don't know the inner workings of the thing.
Right, you
don't know the inner workings of the thing. You don't know what shift mom's working.
You don't know.
You never know. You never know. And one thing I say is that like, I'm damn sure gonna try my best to be into these. You know what I mean? To do these things because I remember what it felt like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? After every game, I'm going with my homeboy mom and my homeboy and his mom, you know what I mean, to their house after every game. You know what I mean? No, it's like the idea, and it's so crazy because like as a child, you live through the thing and you don't even. I never even thought about it as a child.
Man, I didn't
You're not
even
supposed to.
But then, like
as a child, you're not supposed to have to think about it.
But the thing is that
the way we came up,
it still creates, and even this conversation though, the thing is that it still shapes you. You ain't gonna notice, but you're still being molded in a specific way the entire time.
Exactly. But see, that's what I'm trying to tell you, is that when we was coming up, we was taught that was adult stuff and this was kids
that
stuff.
was the same shit when I was raised.
Yeah. So, but see, my point is, like, you're talking about the things that you just saw the parents that was there to bring, like he said, bring the cookies all the time and all that, but you don't know how they was able to 100%. Do that thing. Yeah. And see, that's what I'm saying. In our generation, that's the way it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
But nowadays, y'all different. Like you said, you want your daughter to know how much money coming in, your kids, how much the bills are. See, we didn't grow up like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It was more of like
it was
because I said so.
It's because I said so.
Right. It was damn right. Communication wasn't there at all.
There was no communication there. And so that's why you get into these relationships with your wives and your girlfriends and whatnot, and they talk about we don't communicate. And then see, as men, we take that different than women. Because women with girls, you say the same thing. But it's never that, because your daughters, because at the time they wasn't having kids. My mama didn't have me when she was 30, 25 and all that. She had me and my sisters when she was a teenager.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
They was kids.
They was kids. And then when she got in her early 30s and stuff like that, they was young girls. So women have different type relationships and conversations with their girls than they do with their boys.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what a man's supposed to do. But when you grow up in a single family household like we did, the man wasn't there to have those conversations.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why things are different in a two-parent household versus a single mother, single father, whatever
100%.
household. You see what I'm saying? So that's why Marquette, well, he was lucky because his parents loved each other, because there's still two-parent household where they don't love each other that much. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say they don't love each other. They just don't love each other that much. You know what I'm saying? Because the way he's talking, you know what I mean? His parents got along very well, and you could see the love in the house.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so from my perspective, I envy the relationship of the family that he grew up in the household, because it make me think, what could I have been, or what would I have done if I grew up in an environment like that?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I know you couldn't help but think the same thing because of the things that you had to go through being raised in a one-parent household.
you know the good. Well, it's not a good thing, but the thing that was okay about it is because everybody around me was from single mother households.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like Quintel, he was different, but
he was in a two-parent household.
He was in a two-parent household. What I'm saying is that, like, he was the first person that I ever met that was in a two-parent household. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I didn't even know how to take his dad. Like, you mean I was literally like, his dad was stoic. You know what I mean? I was literally just trying to get the fuck out of the way of him. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because I ain't know what the fuck it was like to like see a man in a house and like really be in the crib and like doing, you know what I mean? How man moves and stuff. I was just getting out of his way every chance. If he come in this room, I'm going to the other room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so like he was the first person that I seen that grew up in a two-parent household. I had never seen it, so I didn't realize I was missing shit. Because everybody around me in the hood, it was all, my whole neighborhood was single moms. It was all single moms. I can't think, maybe two dads in the whole fucking apartment complex. Maybe two dads. And then the fucking maintenance man.
Smashing all them women.
I'm pretty sure Ron,
man tearing
it's
all
so funny. I remember, bro. I'm pretty sure Ron was dropping shit off. I'm pretty sure Ron was
everybody mama, boy.
No, 100%.
Y'all
niggas used to be at everybody's house.
Yeah. Y'all go to school. I got to fix something over there at your house, man. You know what I mean?
And the thing was that, like, in reality, like, it's tough in today's time to sit back and listen to me tell the stories of my childhood, because I feel like my childhood was still beautiful. Like, I had a lot of fun. I did a lot of fucking up. I lived outside.
You made it.
No, and
you ain't in jail. You got a successful family.
Mom Dukes definitely instilled the morality.
You sitting here with your father.
100%.
You sitting here with your dad right now at your grown ass man age, and a lot of niggas ain't.
No, 100%. One thing, you know, the biggest thing that I think that the reason for a lot of this is, and I'm not trying to, OleHead definitely made the attempts in the relationship. But again, like I said, my mom never shit on him.
I think that has a lot to do with stuff.
And then also,
I got a lot to do with it.
I was very forgiving growing up because I wanted to have the relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wanted to have the relationship, so I would forgive all of the bullshit. And because Mom Dukes didn't harp on the bullshit, it made it so easy. I naturally was going to forgive.
Yeah,
and so she opened up the door for me to naturally forgive. She literally opened up the door for me to naturally forgive because she didn't tear him down. You know what I mean? When he didn't show up, when he said he was coming, she didn't like talk shit about the fact that he didn't show up. It was just my thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't her thing and my thing, and hearing her, bitch, nigga ain't shit. She didn't do all that. So like, it was naturally, I wanted to be around my pops. And so I'd forgive just because, I get to go this time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All them times it didn't happen. It happened this time. So fuck all those times.
Other ones.
I ain't even thinking about those times no more. You know what I mean? And because Mom Dukes never, she ain't shit on him. You know what I mean? And so like, I think that's a very, very important thing. Very important. And then as men, what we also have to do is like, I'm not condoning the fact that he was as selfish as he was. I'm not condoning that. But at the same time, it was what it was. You know what I mean? And Mom Dukes took it upon herself to not even, you know what I mean? The down talking. Because it's very easy to do. Like, just imagine you seeing your kid let down.
Let me ask you something before you go there. Because now that, and not like it's new, you know what I mean? But now that he's revealed his story to you. And you can obviously see that, like what we're talking about tonight, like on how that parent's love shapes your relationships. So if a man is growing up, automatically you're getting treated as the middle child coming through. You know what I mean? Everything is about, like you said before, it's about your sisters, this, and that. Obviously, without having a conversation and not knowing, you know, Mom held a certain thing towards Pop for whatever reason why certain things didn't work out. And you're showing your importance through your work ethic. You know what I mean? With Dad. Like this. So his is like, yo, it's only through my work ethic and through putting money on certain things is the way that I was showing that this is what this love is.
Yeah. The value. Yeah.
This is what the value of the love is. So the times that he can't show up or does, you know, for whatever reason it might have been at the time, it's probably not going to hurt him like that because he's already been hurt in a way different form. You know what I'm saying? Going through. So he probably don't even expect it to hurt you like that. Because he doesn't, that thing that touched, that was supposed to touch inside of him as a kid, never fucking happened. Never happened. You know what I mean? I'm not offering like an excuse. It's more of a like we're unpacking certain reasoning on why we love the way that we do. You know what I mean? And like I said, his story is like so many black men, and I guess probably white men too. You know what I'm saying? I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know any. You know what? I just thought I don't know any white men.
And you had,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's
no, but I didn't know.
You know something.
Hold on a second. I did not know my white side of my family.
But I'm just saying, you don't know no white men, but you have white. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and you would think, I should be in a better tax bracket, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a couple white friends. You know what I mean? When I was a little bit younger, but no, when I got older, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. It was it's weird being mixed because you're always in between two sides of shit. You know what I'm saying?
The thing about being mixed is black people ain't gonna give you, they'll pick at you because that's what we do.
Yeah.
We fuck with each other. That's what we do, and that's gonna be the card you're gonna get.
That's the one you
know
get.
What I'm saying?
That's right.
But we ain't gonna kick you out the race.
No, I still get to come to the party.
You still get to come
to
the party.
White joint kick you out the race.
Kick you out the race.
That's kick you out, boy.
That's the difference. They'll kick you out the race. Yeah.
No, but I was really listening to what you were talking about earlier, because I mean, like, hey man, I mean, people need to hear this shit, dog. You never know what you can say about your life story, what may help change somebody else's life. And it goes to show, like, now that you're sitting here and even as you talk and accepting certain things, it shows a certain level of growth. You know what I'm saying? And if you didn't give yourself the opportunity, you know, because you could easily, with everything that I've learned, you know what I mean, in regards to you, you could easily be like, fuck it.
Yeah. And I was on fuck it.
No, I'm sure. But you had to be.
Yeah. Because
after a while in life, it does become about self-preservation.
Yeah, you get beat down, and then, you know.
You're going to decide at a certain time. Like I reflect with you on different levels where I'd be like, yo, I'd be telling you, like, there's certain things in my life at like 12 years old, I decided this is not going to happen no more, or that's not going to happen no more. And I think that some people may not know the certain time period. You know, me, fortunately, I do. I think from hearing some of your stories as you came through, there were certain things where you're like, yo, I ain't feeling this way no more. And you have to cut it off.
Yeah.
You have to disassociate yourself because you know why? Because the closer you stand towards it, it hurts.
Yeah, that's what keeps you off the cliff.
Mm-hmm.
It's the thing that keeps you off the cliff, 100%. Yeah. And you know something that I appreciate is that OleHead 100% was on that. You gonna deal with me as I am, and you'll just get over it, or don't deal with me.
Yeah.
But the beautiful thing was that I stayed on his ass. Pause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
Yeah.
I stayed on his ass.
Yeah.
And
are you glad
that I was on that shit tough for years?
But now,
say that shit all the time.
But are you glad that he did?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I give him his flowers. Yeah. He got me out of that because and that's how I moved.
And the crazy thing is, I would have never thought that, like, and this is just, man, I try to tell people all the time, bro, forgive your freaking parents, bro. Forgive your parents, bro, especially your father. And that's because I'm a man, and you don't know the whole story. You don't know the whole story.
Yeah, a lot of times people don't.
And most times we don't.
Yeah.
Because we don't even care to ask the questions. We just want to feel.
We were taught not to ask the shit.
No, 100%.
And I'm sure you too.
I was taught that way, but my thing is, bro, like, okay, so, and this is the thing that I don't like. Like, we talk about all this mental health shit. We talk about all this growth.
I know where you're going.
We talk about all of these things, and so how are you going to do both at the same time? You can't be talking all this growth shit and then not be forgiving.
That's right.
You can't. How are you going to do both at the same time?
It's an oxymoron.
Like, if you want to say that, okay, well, I'm gonna be the best version of myself. Well, why don't you go back and figure out why you the version of yourself that you are now?
Because they never learned how to forgive themselves first. You can't forgive nobody else around you until you look in the mirror first and say, you know what, dog, I'm sorry.
And it's another part missing from that, what you just said. As fathers, we have to give our sons a space in which they are comfortable coming to us with the hard questions.
He definitely did that. And where the L that comes along with the story.
Exactly.
See, that's the thing. A lot of the time, which was similar to what we were talking about earlier with Pops, like, a lot of the times you don't say the thing because of the fact that you don't want them to have to deal with themselves. Whatever, you know what I mean? You don't want them to have to deal with themselves. And so you don't say the thing.
Or you don't want the rejection or the denial that you're going to get. Because see, that's what I got from my mom. That's what I got from my mom. My mom just swept down the shit never happened. Just never fucking happened. And I'm like, that even hurts even more because I'm like pouring my heart out to you, mama, and telling you what hurt me, and you gonna just deny the shit ever happened. Like, I'm the type of child that will come to their mother and just tell a lie on their mother to their mother.
But you know the thing too? The thing too is that what I found is, like, there are stories. Like, okay, so in my mind, the story of when you and Mom Dukes broke up, right? In my mind, I don't know, but Mom Duke said she don't remember this ever happening. We were in the front yard of the house over there, right behind the food line on the plaza. And I can 100% remember us being in the front yard, and my brother, because my brother doesn't share a father, he's not OleHead's son. He naturally was going with my mom. They're splitting up, so we're in the front yard. I can fucking visualize this thing. This thing happened in my mind. Mom dudes act like this is not true. I just know that this could be very well something that I made up. Possibly. I was super young. But I can remember us standing in the front yard. My brother is going with my mom because he's not OleHead's son. My sister's going with my mom because she's a girl. And then it comes down to them asking me, are you going with your mom or your dad?
And it happened. I remember it now. I remembered it. You told me this story.
Yes.
I remembered that it happened a while back. The conversation just never came up again between us. But I remember it too. It did happen. Well, I ain't got the name to tell the story, the situation, whatever. But yeah, you was given a choice. You was given a choice. You definitely.
And I'm 100%. Like, I swear that to me that was facts.
Yeah, I remember now. I do.
And yeah, that
You-
my
you
mom,
was
she
given a
doesn't
choice.
remember that.
No, you got to block
You
that
was
out.
given a choice. And like I say, sometimes people go through things that I'm not saying that Sharon's the type of person to be telling lies.
Oh no.
That's not what I'm saying.
Mhm.
But what I'm saying is that sometimes we go through things that are traumatic,
Mm-hmm.
or the decision we made caused a traumatic thing to happen,
Mm-hmm.
and we just block it out.
Yeah.
It's a defense mechanism.
It's exactly.
I 100% have
And
that.
so that's what I'm saying happened with her. That's what
Yes.
I'm saying. Is that from that point on, it got really dark.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes a defense mechanism is to block out some of what happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially when you can see you're wrong, or you don't feel like that you made a good decision in that situation.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Can I ask you something? Can I ask you something? Because what you're saying is 100% true. People will block those things out from things that hurt.
Mhm.
We all do it, even though we don't know that we do it.
Yeah, and it's usually an unconscious thing.
Yeah,
we do.
It could be
it's not like a
defense
plan
or
yeah.
No, but we just know that that shit hurt.
Mm-hmm. And
I don't want to experience it. I've lived a certain point in my life where I realized that mistake plays in my mind on how I should have done that better.
And I'm gonna block it out.
And I'm going to block that shit out.
Mm-hmm.
And even if it hurts you, for you to ask me about it and I tell you it never happened.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It makes me think about like what you were just talking about a little while ago before he said his part. When you were saying about like basically how you came to your mama.
Oh.
And see, when you take it and you put it there and you stand on her side at that point, that much pain that she was, it wasn't about you being untruthful, dog. It wasn't about that.
Yeah.
She was blocking out a certain pain from whatever decision that she was making in her life as a grown woman with the kids, with that, you know what I mean? Whatever it was.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And then as a kid, you don't
you don't know. But now if you get the opportunity to grow, then when you look back, it's like, even though sometimes it's crazy how life works, where much later on we got to turn around and give grace to somebody that.
And my mother's already passed, so I can't even address it with her. You know what I mean? And apologize because I didn't know.
No.
But you can't even do that because you have to just let that. That's one of the ones you just have to let go.
You just got to let that go.
You just got to let.
Because you know what? She's already living with it.
Exactly. You got to.
She already lived with it.
Yeah.
She already lived with that pain.
Mm-hmm. You just got to let that go. That's
so you now. What it tells me, I could be wrong, but what it tells me is seeing that now you get an opportunity
to put it behind me.
To put it behind you, you recognize it, you dealt with it, you acknowledge it, and you can say, now you can sit there and go, you know what, Mom? Now I know why.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Now I know why.
Now I know why. That's right.
And some of these young people, they may not, they may, hey man, it's like you said, you need to start giving your parents some goddamn grace.
100%.
You
don't know.
This thing called life ain't easy.
It should have not easy. You know what I mean?
And
niggas we freestyling.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We freestyling.
And you know what? Our parents was freestyling too.
100%.
Exactly.
Especially if you think about going back in the day when they was having kids at 15, 16, 17.
And then you think about how
crazy. 15
you think about,
was normal.
You think about how they treat the shit that a black man have to face even today when he walk out the door versus when my mama was born.
Ooh, crazy.
Women and men.
Crazy.
You ain't have your little podcast to talk about your fucking feelings.
No, hold up, bro.
You know what I mean?
Think about this. And my mama was born and raised in the South. I'm talking about Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
So you could imagine The shit my mama done seen
Yeah.
and had to deal with as a young person. You know what I'm saying? In Mississippi, Mississippi still fucked up.
Think about what your defense mechanism. We were sitting there talking about forcing something out your mind. Imagine somebody. What is that? What does that look like?
Yeah, visually what they saw.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like how did you have to like push that shit all the way? So damn near all of your life you've been putting in damn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your body's naturally doing this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that you gotta give them grace.
That's
and,
right. That's
right.
No,
shit. Mom Dukes to me.
That's right.
Mom Dukes is a doggone soldier. Yeah. And shit, my mom, my mom had my brother at 15.
Yeah. Yeah, I was around.
I'm talking to him. I know you know.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah. 15-year-old, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And just so everybody know, and I ain't doing this for y'all, but to my mama, if you in a place where you can hear me, I apologize, mama. I understand. So I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool. I don't know, y'all want to damn nigga.
Nigga, that whitey.
Nigga, all I hear is Tupac, dear mama. You know what I mean? Like, that was a tough one. Mom's going, my mom's going. I'm like, damn, I want to talk to my mom too. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's hard.
And that was one of the ones that
boy, hug your mama, boy.
And bro,
man, I would do anything. Shit, I would do fucking anything.
It's crazy getting to a point where you start really thinking about it.
Yeah, man.
This shit get deep sometimes.
No, 100%. Oh, absolutely. I guess
we about to wind it up or what?
Yeah. So I guess glad for y'all come sit with us, hear our stories and shit, and shape how we love. You know what I mean?
Yeah, listen to Marquette's lives.
Yeah, man. Oh boy, I ain't even get. Hey man, I let y'all niggas rock, man. I ain't even get to start, nigga. I like Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Like grandma used to make. You ever had peanut butter cookies?
Oh yeah.
Would they put the fork in the?
No, I ain't never seen that.
No, like it's homemade cookies, peanut butter flavor, but you take a fork and you go like this and you make the squares in the top.
No.
Anybody on the internet, shout out if you ever seen them say something. Nigga, no, my grandma made them shits. My grandma right here from
my grandma made
Asheville, North Carolina, boy. Made them peanut butter cookies. You know what I mean? Let me pull my
we good.
Yeah. I would try to read the comments, but
my eyes crying like a
oh my mom, yo. Bro. Man, shout out to moms, yo. Shout out to saying. Yeah. 16 done. Yeah. You know what, we gonna read them shits. You gonna read one? You gonna read a couple? Read a couple Jones before we go. Unk been sliding some words in of encouragement. Thanks for sitting with us again, Unk. We definitely appreciate it, man.
Let's see. We'll just do this. Let me see. Having a hard life as a mother or a father will make you pass away early because you had to put so much energy and you tried to double up on things that a parent should do at an early age or at an early age, early death. Yeah, no,
damn,
that's tough. People always talk about parents loving each other, but if parents love each other and don't respect each other, you have a complete different aspect on all outcomes of things. And enjoy each other is I guess, key.
Yeah, hit the joint.
Growing up, I had growing up, I had to respect my older sister. My older sister was 10 years older than me. And I look at her right today and I say, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, to her. And grew up in Newark, New Jersey. Tell them real. No, 100%. Yeah, Mama Sharon run shit. They do have that. They do have that. You know what I mean? That dynamic.
Yeah. Big up to Newark, New Jersey, man. My wife is from there, man.
Yeah. He said, I'm so proud of old head and young head for coming together, understanding each other, coming to a conclusion and resolution, and having a great relationship they have today. Salute, gentlemen. No, I appreciate that.
Appreciate that.
My son is 16 years old, and we done been through ignorance. Yesterday, we sat down and talked, and he said that he understand why I've been so hard on him. it was me loving and wanting him, more of him. 100%. Me and OleHead been there.
That's them conversations right there, bro. When you sit down, he's 16. Yeah, he need that. He need that. And congrats to you, Unc, for being man enough to go to him and have that conversation.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, that takes
you know
a lot.
What I mean, it takes a lot from you to be able to go to him and sit down with him and do that, because we have to open that door, and you on point with that. So, hey, I give you your flowers, bro.
No, 100%. So thank you guys for letting me pull my tears out, and you guys being my pseudo journal a couple of times a month. Respect, 101 love. Love you, Unc, man. We appreciate you pulling up.
Yeah, man.
That's what's
you
up,
can
man.
wrap us up.
Yeah.
Wrap you up. I ain't into that shit, dog.
This is the white boy coming out. That's what it is, bro.
You know what's fucked up? Like, you can't even have a sense of humor anymore, yo.
What's your ethnicity?
I bet he loves.
What do you mean,
drink.
like the?
I bet he loves to drink.
You gotta define ethnicity to him. He don't know what it is.
Dang, I bet he loves to drink. He looks like he loves to drink.
Yeah, black, white, Latino, you know what I mean? Native American,
Yeah,
all that.
good,
okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, this cup is fire, my dad.
Yeah, I'm what God said every man is going to be one day. When he said all the races will mix. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. You prove for that.
Yeah, it's starting right now.
All right.
Started back in 1975. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But man, this was dope, man. Yo, thank you guys for, you know what I mean? You know, putting yourselves out there, sharing, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully some of the things that we talked about, you know what I mean, make you go home and, you know, kiss your wife, talk to your kids, show your kids that, you know what, you know, even if mom and dad, if y'all ain't together, that's okay too.
100%.
We much rather it be, but you know what? Okay, that's fine. But you don't have to tear each other down in front of the kids.
Absolutely.
Your pain of a bad choice from a bad night, that's your shit. You know what I'm saying? Understand that maybe something beautiful with that child came out of that night. And don't ruin that kid. You know what I'm saying?
Put yourself aside.
Yeah, put your bullshit aside for a damn minute. You know what I mean? To be mature enough, like, dog, what you said about never hearing, you know, I don't want to say never, but not hearing mom tear down dad, like, dog, that's a big deal. That is a very big deal. Because, like, where we came up from, like, you, and it still happens, of course, like, your dad ain't shit. He was the shit that night, though. You know what I mean? Or that month, or that whatever the fuck it was. You know what I'm saying? And maybe, you know what I mean? Maybe nigga built you up and let you down on some stupid shit. I don't know. But it don't mean you got to make that kid pay for that. Because one day that kid may be sitting up on this podcast. I'm going to interview him. I'm going to ask him.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask that nigga, yo, you still love your daddy? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because you done seen motherfuckers get through certain shit. And that they can get through it. But you got to offer your kids that avenue. Talk to them. Find out what the fuck is bothering them a little bit. You know what I mean? Find out what moves them. Actually pay attention to them. Sometimes you ain't got to talk. Just at least fucking watch them. You know what I mean? Don't just push him out there and let the world raise him. You know what I mean? At least make sure that you got your hand on him. You know, and your pain don't got to be his pain or hers. You know what I'm saying? So with that said,
to push your pain on them anyway.
Yeah, don't push your shit on them. You know what I mean? Show them how to deal with it when a relationship breaks down. Show them that, you know what I mean? That shit, you can still be resilient and show them something great even when something falls apart.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So with all that said, yo, we glad y'all came through with us here on Saturday night once again. Peace to Unc. Thanks for always putting the comments in. You know what I'm saying? Definitely appreciating this and that. OleHead, you good?
I'm good, baby.
Hey, man, thanks for sharing that with me tonight. I do appreciate that.
Thanks
you
for
too, my
listening.
brother. I would give y'all hugs and all like that, but that shit is super gay. So, hey, just remember, we'll see y'all next week. Maybe it's Christmas. We celebrating Christmas. Were you still against it? All right. Well, Hanukkah. Peace up to Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, all that shit.
Yeah.
Yo.
We love y'all. Peace.
Peace.